I had heard about this Caitlin Clark, and I was like watching videos of her just like having like 40 points, like averaging 1 million in high school. And I was like, oh, this girl thinks she's going to come here and rule the world, you know, like whatever. It's going to be, you know, whatever. And there she did, came in right away and ruled the world. And I was like, all right, here we go.
Kate Martin's WNBA career began with promise, but quickly became a nightmare. The former Iowa superstar, who helped Caitlin Clark lead the Hawkeyes to back-to-back Final Fours, found herself withering away on the bench for the Las Vegas Aces, her career stalling before it really began. Her minutes vanished game after game, her confidence dwindled, and the franchise that was supposed to develop her appeared willing to let her go. Caitlin Clark made a phone call that altered everything. In a new interview, Kate discussed the exact moment she recognized Vegas wasn't her home, the chat with Caitlin that rekindled her passion, and why joining the Golden State Valkyries became more than just a transfer. It became a rebirth. If you cheer for Kate, you know what to do. Enter Golden State Kate in the comments.
I feel like your two Iowa teams left a mark on women's college basketball, but also women's basketball at large. Is that like kind of crazy to think about? Like you were a part of something that was a catalyst for this like larger growth.
To understand how we got here, you'll have to go back to Iowa. Before Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin turned Carver Hawkeye Arena into a madhouse, Iowa women's basketball wasn't even on the national map. But those two flipped the script. Each home game became a spectacle. Not because of hype, but because of how they performed. Caitlin was the flash, 3 logos, and viral highlights. Kate was the foundation, the one who ensured everything ran well behind the scenes. She was not a sidekick. She was the system.
I just remember you have that summer before, and she was doing things that I had never seen anybody do before. And as a freshman, to come in and have that kind of confidence, like, not everybody has that. Like I was like, oh, I haven't really seen anything like this. And so we knew she was going to be outstanding. And then, at the beginning of the year, we had some big wins, and there was highs and lows that year for sure. But, it took us a little bit to figure it out. But it obviously turned out better than I could have ever expected or thought.
Let's discuss the Final Four runs in 2023 and 2024. Sure. Everyone remembers Caitlin dropping 40 and shattering scoring records, but dig deeper. Kate Martin averaged 13.1 points and over 7 rebounds per game. These are not role player numbers. Those are the leader numbers. But Kate had the unique insight to recognize that her greatest talent was not outshining Caitlin. It was elevating her. She was the glue, balance, and quiet power that kept the entire machine running.
Real quick, what did you notice about Caitlin's work ethic? Was there anything that stood out? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, she was in the gym constantly. And it was like the way she approached everything too was it was with a sort of excellence. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna go through the motions and whatever. It was like, no, I'm here to kick your butt in every single drill, every single practice, and especially whenever our gray squad guys were playing against us, it was like, if you're across from me, you're my enemy, you know? And I think that's just kind of how you have to approach things to get better. And she had that, next level mindset, and it really just raised us all up with.
Rewatch the classic Final Four game versus South Carolina, which surprised the undefeated Gamecocks. Kate describes it as the defining moment of her career, and it's simple to understand why. She was everywhere, communicating, boxing out, closing lanes, and adjusting screens. She was the calming presence in the midst of chaos. When Clark needed space to develop, Kate was the one who cleared it. When teammates became rattled, she was the voice that kept them calm. That is the type of leadership that cannot be taught, as well as the kind of presence that wins championships.
To pick kind of a favorite highlight, getting to the Final Four. Is it beating South Carolina and breaking their streak? Is it, getting to the final game? What would have been the moment?
I would say beating South Carolina.
Yeah, no, fair.
Was
that was incredible.
That was the best moment ever, because we all believed that we could make it to a Final Four. And so we were just all right, we made it to a Final Four. Let's go. This is great. We didn't think we were going to really make it to the national championship. The undefeated South Carolina, they're Twin Towers down there, just a very long, athletic, good team. And so when we executed that game plan perfectly and beat them, that was probably one of the that's like still probably my career highlight.
However, the genuine magic between Caitlin and Kate was more than just chemistry. It was telepathy. These two have the same basketball wavelength. Kate knew exactly when to crash the boards after Caitlin missed threes. And Caitlin automatically sought out Kate for open looks or hockey assists that set up teammates. They weren't just comrades. They formed an ecosystem. Caitlin's confidence grew as Kate made the game simpler. Kate's influence grew because Caitlin trusted her entirely.
I feel like looking back on it, and then even just talking to you now, it's like, yes, Caitlin is like a big focal point of the team.
Yeah.
She's going to have to do a lot of the scoring, all the things. And you, it's almost like good cop, bad cop or something.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean it in like
No,
literal terms, but she just had to like be herself, and that was going to win you games. But then you had to come in and kind of be like a calming effect and that. So I'm actually really curious, as these teams start to take shape in 2023 and then 2024, like what was your leadership style in conjunction with a player like Caitlin, but also the rest of your teammates?
Make no mistake, Kate did the dirty work that didn't make it onto the highlight reels. She set the screens, freeing Caitlin to take those impossible shots. She rotated conservatively to compensate for Caitlin's reckless gambles. She grabbed offensive rebounds, giving Iowa second chances.
I was definitely more of like the calmer presence and being like, hey, like look me in the eyes, you know, deep breath, like it's all gonna be okay. And I think like the leadership style that I really had was just like trust. Like she trusted me because she had seen me like putting in the work in the gym. She knew how much I cared. Like I was only 2 years older than her, but like she believed that like I had her best interest in mind, and like I showed her that over and over again. Like I built a relationship with her outside of basketball. I tried to build relationships with all my teammates outside of basketball, so it wasn't like the only time I'm talking to you is out on the court and telling you like, hey, like you can't do that, or like, hey, like do that, you know, whatever. It's like,
it's called relationship equity.
Exactly.
The Hawkeyes were feared for more than simply their top player. It's because they have the right partner to back her up.
Like if we needed to get across to Caitlin, you know, like it was like Kate, like that was like my job at times. And then like her junior and sophomore year, like she had done so much like work on herself and like how to be like a great teammate and all of us together, that like I didn't need to like, I don't know, like do all of that. Manage that as much as like I had in the past. But I felt grateful that, you know, she trusted me enough and like I trusted her enough too, to where like it was a working relationship. And so then, I just kind of did that with all of my teammates. And I felt grateful that like I was the person who.
However, the WNBA is a different beast. Kate believed that Iowa magic, a combination of chemistry, tenacity, and intelligence, would easily translate to the pros. Instead, she struck a brick wall in Las Vegas. The Aces drafted her. But what happened next felt like a slow-motion demotion. While Aja Wilson and the Aces veteran core dominated every meaningful minute, Kate sat and watched her dream vanish. Her playing time narrates the story. In May, she averaged roughly 20 minutes each game, which is decent for a rookie. By September, only 11.5. Her scoring dropped to 2.6, 1.6, and 6 rebounds. These are not stats that indicate a lack of talent. They demonstrate a lack of opportunities. The same player who was pulling down boards and hitting down baskets in college was suddenly instructed to take a towel and prepare for what?
I'm curious. So now that you are into your second year, like what do you think, what makes the WNBA so difficult to play in?
Man, I mean, I just think the physicality, speed, smart players, like really smart players, and people who have been around for so long, honestly. I mean, I'm just thinking back to like New York. They're massive. They are, you know, like, they're very, very, very good. Like a lot of these people have been playing professional basketball for a very long time. Like you really do, but like it's just hard, as you know. Like there's only 12 spots, whatever.
And when the playoffs arrived, things just got worse. 6 playoff games and 3 total minutes. 3. That is not player development. That is a message. The message was plain. Kate Martin's appearance in Vegas was not planned.
Thing is not easy. Like people who average like however many points, like it's honestly so impressive. Like I've never been more impressed by basketball than like now. Like basketball is a simple game, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It's an easy game. But yeah, like people work really hard. They are long, they're big, they're fast, they're physical. So me just like having to learn how to be patient, play off of 2 feet, play in control. That is something, you know, I'm still working on, because sometimes you're like trying to do the right thing always and like make the right read, but then you forget like, hey, just go play basketball.
Bird, a legend who has seen it all, once described how difficult that adjustment may be. The WNBA's speed, physicality, and complexity humble even the most decorated college athletes. Bird's remarks rang true for Kate. However, this was not simply a learning curve. This was a dead end.
It's because it's really, really hard to come off the bench in what is a version of limited minutes compared to starters. It's not always that case, but you get my point. In a limited amount of time and be really impactful. Yeah. That is one of, I think, the hardest things. And anytime I've been around a teammate who's been able to do that, at times it's more impressive than the star player who just has that ultra green light. And you've kind of already brought up the balance.
The structure guaranteed it. Veterans such Rebecca Wilson and Chelsea Gray dominated the rotation, and coach Becky Hammond was not about to upset her pecking order. Rookies were not developed. They were placeholders. Kate wasn't fighting for minutes against her classmates. She was attempting to break into a dynasty that had no space for newcomers. It wasn't about her ability. It was about her circumstances, and that was what hurt the most. Every game Kate missed felt like she was witnessing her career slip away in real time. Every practice when she led the scout team seemed like punishment for believing she belonged. Politics, not her performance, was eroding the confidence she had gained in Iowa.
How did you feel about the whole expansion draft situation?
I was really excited.
Okay. Yeah. So when you weren't protected, were you like kind of expecting that? And then it was like, whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. I mean, you just looked at the roster and you're like, there's just like too many good players. It's a business. Like, you know, like it is what it is.
She realized a harsh truth. The WNBA tests not only your ability, but also your timing. It doesn't matter how good you are if you're in the wrong system and with the wrong coach. Talent cannot bloom while it is buried. And in Las Vegas, in A'ja Wilson's shadow and behind the AC's bloated hierarchy, Kate Martin was disregarded rather than nurtured. Kate Martin's life altered with a single phone call. A single discussion saved her career from evaporating in Las Vegas, at her lowest point, sitting on the AAC bench and wondering if she really belonged in the WNBA. Kate did what she usually does when she needs clarity. She called Caitlin Clark.
Until then, I didn't know if I had been protected or not.
Okay.
And so...
Oh, yeah, that's right. They don't actually tell you.
They told some people, but they didn't. I was not informed.
No, it's actually smart they don't tell. Yeah. Because that would just be... That'd be messed up.
Yeah. And so when I got told I was going to get picked up, I was just super excited for another opportunity. Like, some people don't get opportunities to go to a training camp or like, you know, get the opportunity to make a team. And so the fact that I knew I was going to get another shot, I was excited and felt really grateful for it. So yeah, I was really happy.
It was not just a friendly conversation. It was the lifeline she did not realize she needed. Caitlin was coping with her own steep learning curve in Indiana. The toughness, speed, and pressure of representing a whole league. But when Kate told how she was being buried in Vegas, Caitlin knew something was wrong. It was not Kate's talent. It was her environment. Caitlin told her what no one else dared to say. You're not failing. They're failing you.
You're in the Bay. It's a new franchise. Season tickets were sold out immediately. I've heard home games are insane.
They are.
The owners have come out. They said a chip within the first 5 years. So the expectations are high. But like you said, it was an opportunity to make a team and you did. So what has that excitement of a new franchise been like?
That struck home. Caitlin reminded her of what they had formed at Iowa, a relationship based on trust, chemistry, and an awareness of their respective talents. She explained to Kate that success is not always achieved by working harder in a difficult scenario. It's about finding somewhere that recognizes your worth. That one phone call reframed everything. Leaving Vegas was not the same as resigning. It was her own decision. Sue Bird once stated that every player must discover the perfect system. Not just any team, but one that values what they offer. That was Kate's light bulb moment. When the Golden State Valkyries selected her in the expansion draft, it was more than just a roster change. It was an encouragement to start again. Vegas viewed her as disposable. Golden State regarded her as foundational.
It's been awesome.
It's got to be insane.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like, the fans really are so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been awesome in Chase Center. And they've been sticking with it the whole game. Like, when we were losing to LA the first game, they stayed the entire time and they cheered us on from the first minute to the last minute. And so that means a lot as a team.
Yeah.
Like, seeing your fans stay, like, and cheer for you. They were invested. It was just really cool. And like, you see people in the Bay Area just wearing Valkyries gear all this.
The Valkyries understood exactly what they were receiving. A leader, a communicator, and a player who could influence a team's culture before they even took a shot. "I'm really excited," Kate stated in her first interview. "This league is all about opportunity, and you only have one shot." That sentence sums it up well. Caitlin inspired her to wager on herself, and Golden State provided her with the table on which to do so. That phone call did more than simply salvage her career. It revived her sense of belonging. But to be clear, this shift is more than just a change of clothing. It's a complete reset, the kind you only get once in your career. Expansion clubs provide uncommon opportunities to construct something from the ground up. And it was exactly what Kate needed, a blank canvas on which she could write her own story.
It just feels really cool to be part of that history, a part of something so new. And we obviously know it's going to be like a huge learning year for us, but I'm grateful to do it with all of the girls on this roster. I really love it, honestly. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, they brought a crazy spark. Like, they very high IQ, like want to play fast. And yeah, they just get out and go, go, go. And so that's how we want to play too. You know, we want to play fast, and we want to, you know, as you guys have probably can see with the numbers, we want to shoot a lot of threes too. And so their experience, like, yeah, they're young, but they've been playing pro for way more, like a really long time. So they have a lot of experience, and they've brought a lot of fun to the team for sure.
She is not the first player to prosper following a change of scenery, nor will she be the last. But her path feels unique because we are all witnessing the rise, fall, and now rebirth. Kate's narrative, from the heights of Iowa to the depths of Vegas, has always been one of resilience. In Golden State, it's all about redemption. The Golden State Valkyries are relying on her leadership. Caitlin Clark reminded her of her value. And Kate Martin, she demonstrates that sometimes the smartest thing you can do is quit waiting for opportunities and go create them yourself. So the next time you see her donning the Valkyries jersey, remember what it took to get there. Long nights on the bench, frustration, then a single phone call that changed everything. This is not simply a return. It's a lesson in self-confidence. If you root for her, you know what to do. Type Golden State Kate in the comments to show her that the real ones never give up on themselves. Like, subscribe and enable all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you next.